Alright, I got a big old chunk of yard wood stuck on the lathe. I got it tightened up pretty good between centers. I'm not positive what kind of wood this is, but it's been around for years, but it's still good and solid. It may be pine, could be fat wood, that'd be kind of awesome, but we're just going to turn it and see what it is. I'm going to get a tenon on the bottom, get it flipped around because I have a severe angle on the back side that I want to flatten out and just make a little good size round shallow bowl. We'll see what turns out. Hang tight. Have to get the layer of mud off first. Boy, that'll dull your tools real quick. There's a lot of mud on here. Yep, I definitely smell pine. Cool, we'll see how it turns out. Smell of pine in the morning. Smells like victory. This is going to look pretty interesting, I think. I finally got it up on a higher speed. Let's see if I can smooth it out. I got about another 1/2 inch or 3/4 to take off because it's a big rotten spot right here. Let's rock it at a higher speed. Not even funny how much easier that cuts. Yeah, I still got a... uh-oh. Now I'm hitting some internal bug infestation. Yep, I'll just keep going until we get decent wood. Turn you back on when we get somewhere. Okay. We have some decent wood here, and it's got some beautiful color and beautiful grain in it. And then it all just kind of turns into funky, rotten, nasty, punky, did I say punky? Wormy. I got earwig guts all over my arm. It's pretty disgusting. But you know what? That grain is still absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to try to save what I can save, for Pete's sakes. We got, this is all fat wood, which is awesome. But that right there, if I can get that smooth, I think it would look awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and just drench this in CA. and see what happens. At worst, cost me 40 bucks for another bottle of CA. I think that's worth it. I got a decent rim on the bottom where it will sit. Of course, it needs fixed up and refining, but alright, I'm gonna soak this thing and see what we can make out of it. Call me crazy. Okay, I put a ton of CA glue on there and basically turned this to plastic. So I'm going to try to shear scrape this, see if I can get some kind of a decent surface on it. If not, I don't know, might go in the fire pit. But I'll try to save it and we'll see what happens. Alright, I actually have this thing where it's starting to sand up pretty decent. There's just enough fat wood in there to really clog up my sandpaper, but it's going to be a thing where I'm going to have to let it dry a while and then sand it and then let it dry and sand it. But all in all, I think it's going to work out. I got it flipped around in the jaws. Now I'm going to try to flatten this out, make it a little decent, cut it back to here. She's got quite the whop in it. That should make it easier. I gotta move you out of the way. Alright, gear number 3. Pretty rough. That's beating the heck out of me. We got half solid wood and half fat wood, which is real heavy, so it's never going to run in balance. Yep. Good juicy stuff. So be careful in your shop when you're cutting fat wood. Make sure you clean up good. I don't think that'd take much of an electrical spark to get that to set off. Dust everywhere, which is fatwood dust basically. Technically it's not, but this stuff is just sticking to everything. Will be saved. Okay, I got a super rotten spot right here. It's even mushy to the touch, so I just saturated it with shellac, and I'm hoping it will set up and firm up. So I'm gonna let this set for a couple of days. That stinks. Denatured alcohol. Let this set up for a couple of days, and we'll see what we can make out of it, or not. So hang tight for a few days. Ciao. Well, after a lot of work, this little ugly duckling, I don't know if it'll make it to the living room shelf or not. But I got all the rotten stuff. All this in here was all rotten and punky. Should have threw it away, technically. But I got it all stabilized, and it's actually solid. It's got some pretty stuff. I'll show you some better pictures in a few. I got to take the tenon off. Alright, let's get this thing finished up. I have worked on it too many days. Want to do that. Alright, I'll finish the rest of this up with a chisel. This one should have went in the trash can, but being stubborn that I am, I managed to make a bowl out of it. I'll start out with the bad side. This whole side right here, from here all the way to here, was totally rotten and punk. But look how beautiful. Yeah, it's a little rough. Chunks were falling off it and everything else. This whole side, you could just take it and it was like a big sponge. So I've been working for a week on this thing. There's the fatwood side, beautiful pine fatwood. Trying to stabilize it. and preserve it. Came out pretty solid. Nice bullseye on the inside. I kind of love that. And it turned out okay. I don't know if it'd make the living room display shelf or not, but for as rotten it is, no finish on the bottom yet. As rotten as it was quite the accomplishment to get it stable. I should have totally threw it away, but I'm sure glad I didn't. Let me grab a light real quick and see if this will get the old fatwood glow. Hold on. Fatwood glow test. Come on, quit shorting out, light bulb. Oh yeah. Isn't that cool? And that's like a 60-watt bulb behind it. How beautiful is that? So I'm glad I saved it. And you can see the rotten side does not shine through. But the fatwood side sure does. So yeah, it was worth it. Maybe I could even make a lampshade out of it. What do you think? Even the bottom. Wow, is that gorgeous. See what it looks like from the bottom. Oh yeah. So there you go, the beauty of fatwood. So sometimes it's worth saving, even though it should have went in the trash. I'm glad I worked on it. Putzed around with it for about a week. Got it looking pretty decent. Thanks for watching, everybody. Play nice.